is Oko Chukwebuka Steven. I hail from Enugu State, Nigeria, from the eastern part of the country, from the Department of Civil Engineering, also from the Faculty of School of Infrastructure, Process Engineering and Technology. Yes, quite a wonderful question there, because I would love to actually talk about that. I actually came from a family where my dad was not opportune to actually be in any form of schooling, say primary education, secondary education, tertiary education as well. My mom was actually privileged to see herself through primary education, and that was it. So my dad actually said to himself that every one of his children, to himself, that he didn't even actually know the number of students that he's going to settle down with, but he told himself that everyone will actually be in school, whether primary, secondary or tertiary. So that's where everything actually started from. So when it got to my turn, actually I'm the last at home. Of the truth, I was not someone who actually liked school to start with. I was actually forced to go to nursery school. I remember that time, early in the morning like this, we'd be told to actually go to school. I remember one of my auntie who actually chased me to school, and during that incident, she actually fell. Even up to my primary school, it was, I think, 2013, that was GSS3. I actually picked interest, because then we're told to choose a course, a career we want to actually pursue. So it was from there everything actually enveloped. Wow. I get such question almost every time from people that will actually succeed us, that are successful. How did I actually finish with the first class? Yes, scripture was saying something: if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous actually do? So everything that actually happened in my life during my stay here, I actually made sure I started it with God, because I'm one who actually studied civil engineering, and then we actually deal with structure as a structural engineer, which is a part of civil engineering. We deal with structure. If a foundation can actually carry all the loadings that are coming on it, it will actually lead to what? A failure, possible collapse. You understand? So I always take God as a priority, even before my academic. Okay, after actually laying that fact of God figure and then being the foundation of everything, one will actually want to actually talk about discipline and then consistency as well, because it takes consistency to actually push. Be consistent to actually waking up almost every day, seeing yourself, going to your study materials, combining the whole of that with actually serving God. A major challenge, I can't really think of any major challenge, because they were actually challenges of a truth. But I put it to you because I see those challenges as a process. These are processes that will actually make me, like one of our lecturers will say, they're actually preparing us for the outside world. So I saw those things as a process which me myself as a person will actually follow through or pass through to actually achieve my laid down objective. I'll lay down 2 points, which are early preparation and then you getting to meet with your seniors, your predecessor. Early preparation, you could start your academic journey. Some persons will actually start from home, getting materials, but it is good to understand yourself as a person, what actually works for you, because what works for others might not really work for you. So you gather material. That's where you getting to know your predecessor, getting to know those who are actually in that area, maybe those that are actually making it as first class student as well. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. People are actually making it, who made it, so studying their life, and then you meet with those people. Yes, of course, I enjoyed it. Of the truth, I enjoyed it. What actually fascinated me was the whole of construction as a whole. Bringing up designs, creativity. You want to talk about architecture there as well, but it's also part of my field, the structural aspect of my field, civil engineering. It's talking about balancing spirituality, academics as well, and then the social life in general. Spirituality has to do with working with God. You have to give God your time. Your time. People that actually give God their time, those are people he regards. You see men who actually take their time to pray in the night, that's actually a sacrifice, them giving their time to God. You see how God actually treats people, how important those things are to God as a person. So you actually need to balance your time. Balance your time. I mean, your academics, you know when to actually read. You know when to, there's fellowship, there's services, you know the time for service. When it's time for service, you don't have to procrastinate. You don't have to wait till it's 6. Maybe your program starts by 6. You don't have to wait till it's 6. 5:30, you should be in the program. You should be at the venue, not they start calling you. 6 o'clock, you are there, or 6:30, you arrive fellowship. It's not sitting well. So God, punctuality, that's one thing. Punctuality, you have to actually be there on time. And as well, you might want to actually add other activities like me. I actually involved in playing football. Before I came into school, I played football for over how many years I can never remember. Since 2010, 2008, I've been playing football. But when I came into school, I had to balance it. It was on some occasions I actually played football. I actually also visit the gym to stay fit. As I was fit spiritually, I also needed to be fit physically. Lastly, I would like to chip in this point, which I've actually held on to. Not just the points, I would actually call them like 2 points. Humility and then your hunger for success. I'll actually talk on humility because there's a guiding scripture which I came across in 1 Peter 5 and verse 6, where God was actually talking through Apostle Peter, where he said, be humble under the mighty hand of God, and in due time he will exalt you, he will lift you up. So that's been a scripture that I've held on to. Anytime I come across people, even my classmates, people I know I will work with, because the field of engineering is the field where you have to actually meet with people, associate with people. So most times I'm humble, and then of a truth again, you must be humble, but you must not be foolish.